Imagine waking up to find a neighbor quietly fencing off half of your backyard, then insisting they have every right to do it. That's exactly how Ankara feels right now. And the stakes are far higher than a backyard squabble. Turkey has just fired a diplomatic warning shot at Greek Cyprus over a seemingly routine maritime notice. And the ripple effects could redraw energy maps, rattle NATO allies, and spark yet another showdown in the already tense Eastern Mediterranean. But here's where it gets controversial. Depending on which legal textbook you open, either side can look like the hero or the villain. The fuse was lit on the 5th of August, when the International Maritime Safety System, Navtex, broadcast a notice on behalf of the Greek Cypriot administration. The announcement reserved a slice of sea for a Gibraltar-flagged research vessel planning to lay underwater cables and conduct geophysical surveys. Turkey says that slices straight through its own continental shelf, an expanse Ankara registered with the United Nations back on 18 March 2020. In plain language, Turkey argues, if you want to dig or drill in our yard, you ask first. Defense Ministry officials doubled down on 7 August. Under international law, any cable laying, pipeline work, or scientific research on our continental shelf must be pre-approved by Turkey. No exceptions. They added that Turkish frigates and F-16s are already shadowing the Gibraltar-flagged ship, ready to block any move they deem intrusive. The message was blunt. Step over the line and we'll meet you on the water. Diplomatic sources in Ankara went further, accusing the Greek Cypriot leadership of a pattern of unilateral fait accompli tactics, essentially creating facts on the seafloor and daring the rest of the world to accept them. These paper projects may look bold, one source scoffed, but when the price tag is astronomical and the legal ground shaky, they generate tension, not cooperation. And this is the part most people miss. Beneath the fiery rhetoric lies a cold economic calculation. Subsea cable routes and gas pipelines cost billions. If a project has to be rerouted or halted entirely because of a sovereignty dispute, investors flee and the whole region loses. Turkey's argument, stripped of nationalism, is that ignoring Ankara's claims makes bad business sense. Yet Greek Cypriot officials see it differently. They insist the waters in question fall within the exclusive economic zone, EEZ, of the Republic of Cyprus, recognized by every government except Ankara. From their perspective, Turkey's 2020 UN filing is the real unilateral move, based on a continental shelf theory that clashes with modern EEZ doctrine. So who's right? International courts have zigzagged on similar cases, sometimes favoring geographic proximity, sometimes historical usage, and sometimes sheer diplomatic muscle. Cue the inevitable question. Should energy exploration wait for a final peace settlement on the island? Or should development proceed and force diplomacy to catch up? There's no consensus, inside Cyprus, inside the EU, or inside NATO. Meanwhile, in a sobering footnote, Turkey's defense ministry wrapped up its investigation into the tragic deaths of 12 Turkish soldiers in northern Iraq on 6 July. The soldiers succumbed to methane gas while clearing a cave complex. The report calls the incident exceptional, unforeseeable, and extraordinary, noting that a search dog had initially found no danger. Some off-duty personnel rushed in to help, preventing further loss of life, but exposing themselves to the invisible killer. No negligence was found, yet the episode serves as a grim reminder that geopolitics isn't the only risk in the region. Sometimes the Earth itself can fight back. So where does this leave the rest of us? If Turkey and Greek Cyprus can't agree on who owns which patch of seabed, every future cable, pipeline, or wind farm project in the Eastern Mediterranean becomes a potential flashpoint. Investors hate uncertainty, and uncertainty is exactly what's bubbling up right now. Controversial thought to chew on. Some legal scholars argue that the entire concept of a continental shelf is outdated in an age of 200 nautical mile EEZs. Should Turkey drop its 1970s-era claim and negotiate a joint development zone instead? Or should Greek Cyprus concede that ignoring Ankara's objections is a recipe for naval standoffs and empty gas fields? Sound off below. Is Turkey protecting legitimate sovereign rights? Or is it using maritime law as a smokescreen to block Cypriot energy ambitions? Could a shared energy model finally bring both sides to the table, or would that reward what Ankara calls unilateralism? Let the debate begin, respectfully, passionately, and with plenty of facts to back your take.